Wassail, beautiful people. So it's 999 day. It's the Divine Goddess Gateway, and I did that reading at St. Helens Oratory that I posted a few days ago, and I said that the energy I was picking up was this divine download. So this morning when I did my final waking at about 6 in the morning, I could hear that divine chord that I first encountered high up a mountain, which I also talked about in the Henge reading recently. It just feels as though all these energies are coming around together. But yeah, I heard that chord again just outside my window, and I wonder what it might be pointing towards. So I thought I'd try and do a reading. Obviously, if you're seeing this, it worked, but I don't know whether it was just a personal message or whether there's something here for all of us. So let's start with the Liffruma deck. Oh, I just haven't got the ceramics. Maybe we don't need them. It's back again. Needle. Mending. So the needle is the notion that the elves, whatever you want to call them within your spiritual definitions, but it's the gift of the eye hole of a needle, and it's a space of personal healing. It's not something you pass through with anyone else. It's very much the realm bending frequency that I talked about also a couple of days ago. The alchemy of precision healing and curing, mending all, correcting directions and stemming pains with invisible seams. But there's something in that about shifting to a dimension, imagining, seeing yourself. So the version of you here and now, with all that you carry, all the burdens, everything you feel, can you create in your mind's eye or just in your thoughts if you're not able to visualize things? And can you allow yourself to look at the differences between those two frequencies, all the things you'd like to no longer be of a burden to you in your life? Can you create a new version of you and slip through the eye hole of that needle? But in order to do that, you really do need to look at your whole physicality. You have to sense all of your emotions and how you think and how it would feel to be that version of you, to create space for the differences. Throw the box away. Imagine yourself in a world full of peace and love, if that's the necessary frequency that you need to pass through. So the eye hole of the needle, to mend all that bothers you. So we have Kanapa. Kanapa is the old. Kanapa is the blood-scented version of you. And that's interesting. So the blood scenting is almost like the version of us now that we look at. Within our blood, we carry the emotions and the thoughts of everything we've gone through to be at this point before the needle. And this card always talks about pulling out, taking the key out, taking ourselves out, taking our truth out and placing it somewhere new. And then we have Esk, Ash, personal Yggdrasil tree. There's an energy of daring you to think not just outside the box, but throwing the box away, because otherwise you're limiting your true limitless potential by allowing all the old thoughts to cloud the limitless possibilities of where you might go. And then we have Feyor, and when I saw Feyor flip over, and I'd seen this one flip over, I saw a showering of aether, like divine rains pouring down, raining down, so that we can reign in a new framework somehow. So I'm going to do a few musical Alchemy of Astrology, and that's going to be it. It's just going to be a very short message. So what would you like to share on this 999 divine portal frequency? Aquavita, time to skip this track, a spiritual cul-de-sac, a pathway that for all of the most perfect and true reasons, we've gone down that pathway, and now, you see, there's this energy here of owning mistakes. It's owning them in the sense of acknowledge all of the things that you've allowed to become a burden. Just own them, forgive them, because the point is, they brought all of us to this point at which we can transform our lives through the realm bending, through the eye hole of a needle. The reason it's an eye hole is so that we kind of understand how difficult it is to transform entirely. You know, you lick the thread and then you've got to precision pass it through the eye hole of the needle, and that's all of your consciousness going through, and on the other side is another reality. So turn back to move on. We don't need to keep going down the same overly burdened pathways. Spiritual cul-de-sac being a dead end, and it doesn't mean that that journey was wrong. In fact, there might be the wrong pathway. That's the important part. This is the epiphany card, laughing at the pain in our shadows. It's a really powerful frequency. And then we have planet Earth, the solar seeded year. This is out of time, eclipse tunnel possibilities. This is almost the moment until the solar eclipse where we're being given the chance to think and experience a whole series of different beingness for ourselves. So this is open focused reality. It's the beginning of nowness. It's a new songline, but you have to tune yourself to that song. That's the song. You see, in that reading the other day, when I had the orange shirt on, there was a great black background. You can't go through that path if your favourite songs are still from your past. Whatever song is going to carry you through this eye hole of the needle, it must be a new song that you find right now. And then we have House 12, Pisces, the lunar eclipse. This is about secret wisdom, a masterclass in the unity of the cosmos. So wisdom, to be certified. Sign your own certification that you can go through the eye hole of the needle. And look, I know for many of us, we have precious people around you. They will be there on the other side. But if you can create a better reality, they will be living in a better reality. So there's been this energy that's been coming through about how we have to want our healing to heal the entire world, but you can't pull the entire world through to the new reality, but they are all there. So just allow yourself to to just slip through that eye hole. Like it's something really simple. In many ways it is, that's part of it. It's how daring and how much you want to transform your belief system. There's secret wisdom here. There's this energy in this card which is drenched in the knowledge you'd never wield. You don't need to wield it. It just has to be the new knowledge of where you wish to be. Adhering to the astronomical law, L-O-R-E, of consequences. So let's get one more card. I'm just looking at the bottom. You see, looks so interesting. It said, look at the bottom. The law of unintended consequences. The law of consequences. So no longer allowing the slip and the slide into the unintended. And this is two endings as options. There's two endings. Stay where you are or go through the eye hole and the needle. Try a new realm. I know I'm making that sound very terribly easy. I just want one more card instead of Follows to end this little reading. So, Make Make. Make Make is about standing victorious. It's also, it's got ancestor tributes, and there's something about your ancestors wanting you to pass through the eye hole of the needle. To be well-tempered. It's got environmental wisdom, but I want to say ordinarily this would be environmental wisdom as in the natural world around us, Mother, Father, Earth. But this is actually about the liminal environmental wisdom. Akashic remembrances. The creator god of the Rapa Nui. This is Easter Island. Easter makes me think of my great-grandfather ×8, who was called Roger Pascoe, who was the Chief Justice of Mevagissey. And Pascoe means child of Easter, child of light. And this says returning unbroken dreams to your world. It says the world, but I'm hearing to your world. Whatever has passed you by can be transformed if you have this thrill, this zest for the new reality that you want to live in, that's a calmer, more loving place. See that, see the difference between you now and you where you're going, and feel the huge distance between those two spaces so that you can make your way towards them. There's something really important about seeing, feeling and knowing yourself to be something else. Stand victorious in your own, I want to say impossible reality. It's not impossible, but you have to drive yourself and your thoughts and your emotions towards that energy. I don't know how it happens, but that really is the message here. You see, there's on the darker side it says leaping ahead like a fool without wisdom. Be tempered, be wise. No. Okay, so that's the message. Wassail, beautiful people. Feel a thrill, feel a bliss for the magic that you can bring to your own existence.